Welcome to Red Eye. I'm TV's Andy Levy, filling in for Greg Gutfeld, who's ordering steak sandwiches to Cabana One. Let's go to Reason Magazine contributing editor Michael Moynihan for our pregame report. Mike, what's coming up on tonight's show?
Thanks, Andy. Our top story tonight, Mayor Michael Bloomberg wants to ban the sale of large sodas and sugary drinks in New York City. When contacted, the mayor's office confirmed that Bloomberg is, in fact, the worst person in American history. Plus, convicted sex offenders are fighting for their rights to use social networking websites. You want to live in a world where Mike Tyson isn't on Twitter? And finally, a Manhattan high school student collects a $400 bet after sleeping with his 26-year-old teacher. In response, Mayor Bloomberg has proposed a blanket ban on good-looking educators. Back to you, Andy.
Thanks a lot, Michael. See you at the half.
You bet.
Let's welcome our guests. Well, she's smart, gorgeous, and way too classy for this operation. I'm here tonight with Fox News contributor and Daily Caller writer Mary Catherine Ham. And he knows belly laughs like I know giraffes. They're exquisite animals, my friends. He's actor and comedian Greg Proops. Bill Schultz, many people consider him to be the fifth Golden Girl. And he's known for throwing the sexiest parties east of the Mississippi, and maybe his reporting. Sitting right next to me is Fox News senior correspondent Rick Leventhal. And he's barely afloat, but still loves to gloat. It's our New York Times correspondent. How are you, Pinch?
Today, the home section profiles the rich history of the remote control. Next week, we'll take a look at extra value meals, driving short distances, and 10 other reasons why you're morbidly obese. Andy?
Pretty sure our viewers were exploring the remote control just then.
I'd like to explore you. You look very sexy in that.
Hang on. I think we have a delivery.
Andy Graham.
75 grand, hard to believe. So on Wednesday, New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg announced his intention to ban the sale of large sugary drinks at restaurants, movie theaters, and other places regulated by the city's health department. And honestly, the words I'd like to use to express my opinion of my city's dear leader and his plan can't be said on television. Of course, this is nothing new for Bloomberg. This is a guy who takes a pathological joy in lecturing us about things we enjoy. This is a guy who thinks it's his job, or more accurately, his calling, to ban cigarettes, trans fats, and whatever else he can get his grubby little mitts on. This is also a guy who puts salt on his pizza. See, as the New York Times reported a few years ago, not only does Mad Mike put salt on everything, he loves burnt bacon and peanut butter sandwiches and can't get enough of hot dogs, cheeseburgers, and yummy fried chicken. But it's no surprise that someone who lives to curtail other people's freedom loves to exempt himself. Think of the hypocritical leaders of the Soviet Union, who never seemed to want for anything, even as the communism they enforced caused breadlines and worse for ordinary citizens. Is my analogy overwrought? Maybe. But consider that Bloomberg's large drink ban needs the approval of the city's Board of Health, and that this is considered likely because all of the members have been appointed by him. Politburo, anyone? I have nothing but contempt for neo-prohibitionists like Mike, and why shouldn't I? After all, they have nothing but contempt for me and for all of us. They think they know what's best for us because they're smarter than we are, and that somehow the fact that they were elected to office gives them the right to treat us like children. They forget that they're supposed to be serving us, not stopping us from being served.
Andy Graham.
Well, nice job. Nice job, everyone.
Adorable.
Greg Proops, how are you, man?
I'm real well, Andy. How are you?
I'm good. Greg, I am prepared to be the Braveheart of large sugary drinks. Are you with me?
You mean they can take away your cup, but they'll never take away your gallon or something?
Something like that, yeah. I haven't really thought it through.
Well, are you wearing anything under your kilt?
Well, we can talk about that later, Proops.
Because you don't want to get Dunkin' in your drink. I think Mike Bloomberg has the right to do anything he wants. I think he's proven that over the years. When the occupiers were in the park, he said New York was his personal army, or the police force in New York was his personal army. And, you know, I love when people smoke and drink giant sodas and put salt on their pizza, but then tell you can't do it. I don't know. That's leadership to me.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Hey, MCAT, help me out here, because my whole life, I've never understood the prohibitionist mindset. What is it that makes some people just want to run other people's lives?
I mean, I guess they think they're doing it for good reasons, but aren't we like, first, they never have proof that it might actually work.
Right.
Second of all, they never ponder whether they should be telling us what to do. But then you take a city like New York, which should be like, anything goes, it's happening, it's great to be here, and now it bans more things. than Salt Lake City.
Yeah.
Like you
That's a
can
good
get
point.
more stuff to eat and drink in Salt Lake
Yeah.
City than you can in this city.
Or Lake City, as Mayor Bloomberg calls it.
Yes.
Ooh, well played.
Thank you.
Nicely done.
Rick, you were saying in the green room that you salute Mayor Bloomberg for looking out for our health and that you think he should be president of the world.
I think supersizing is what's wrong with America.
Is that right?
He's got the guts to stand up for something. He's doing the right thing. He's looking out for everybody else who's not smart enough to do it for themselves.
really.
Yes. Why do you need more than 16 ounces of soda at any one time?
Why do you need to tell other people how much soda they need?
I hope he bans chewing gum next, because there's chewing gum all over the sidewalk, and that's dangerous for New York.
Oh, good Lord.
Hope he bans senior correspondents.
Wow.
Hey, Bill, can you do one of your patented first they came for rants here?
Yes, I can. First, they came for the Pepsi, and I said nothing. But if they'd come for my Coke, I probably would have said something. Wink. I am actually against this as well, but I have to say, I have known you for 5 years now, and I have never seen you as passionate about anything as you are about someone taking a liter of Mr. Pibbs
But
away from
it's
you.
absolutely true. I was sitting at home last night when this story hit on Twitter or whatever, and I was so outraged, and I was sitting there thinking, really, this is what I get outraged about?
Yeah, I know.
Like, there's atrocities in Syria going on, and I'm like, oh, this is horrible, you know. But then this happens, and I'm like, no, this must end.
I'm with Andy because I have had the biggest fight I ever had with my husband about FDA maybe regulating salt, and he was like not that excited about it, and I was like, it's not salt, it's freedom.
Exactly.
I
At the
didn't
top
put
of
it
my
that
lungs.
way, but I'll tell you, we had a good time after the fight. And secondly, where, like, as far as how big they're doing, like, is it making it so that there is no way you can actually sell the cup, but you can still you can just drink out of the bottles, right? Can't you do that?
Yeah, you can buy the 2-liter bottle.
Yeah, why not do that?
Or, you know what?
Yeah,
you
but
can get
then why do it at
You
all?
can get free
That's a good point.
refills. You just get free refills if you want more.
But why is it
Then
the
why take
city's
away people's
business?
freedoms?
Yeah. Exactly. You have no answer. Exactly.
It is
you
true,
have
though.
no
Let me just,
answer.
last night after the show, we do an email all on our email list, and we get one from Andy, and the subject header just goes unreal. And you're thinking that you're getting something about
I really
Sudan
couldn't believe
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
It's about this.
Hey, Proofs, I see you wanted to jump in. I have a question for you, but go ahead first.
Well, I was just going to say, you know, you could obviate this whole argument by moving to California where we live, and then you could have your own swimming pool and just fill it with Mountain Dew and roll in it whenever you wanted to.
Except, but you can't use plastic bags and stuff like that.
Oh, no, of course not.
Yeah.
We know what's good for you over here.
Yeah, but that's my question, Poops. Is it unfair of me to kind of wonder what's happened to liberalism? Liberalism used to be, you know, keep your hands off my body, free love, all the fun stuff. And now it seems like liberalism has become this sort of, you know, no, you can't. It's turned into nannyism.
Wow, I've never seen your dander like this. There's so much ire raised with you. I've never seen you be such a huffy bunny before.
I know.
mean, the thing is, we can't do anything about Syria because we're just sitting at home.
Right.
But this soda thing cuts right to the heart of America, doesn't it?
does.
If people want to be gigantic and eat so many carbohydrates and drink so much soda that they replace the bison that once roamed this country, what's the problem with that?
Well, the other thing is people always say, like Mary Catherine was saying, oh, it's just salt, but every day it's just
It's more
something,
stuff.
and then, you know, every day it's something else.
They're just softening you up, Leventhal, for whatever's coming next.
You know what? You can
Exactly.
drink giant
First,
sodas.
first you couldn't smoke in a theater, then the people who live down the street are gone. Boom.
Go ahead.
Thank you.
Go
Thank
ahead and
you.
drink giant sodas somewhere besides New York City.
Oh, love it or leave it. That's your answer.
Exactly.
You're a little petty little fascist.
If you want to see how much this affects Andy, go with him like I did to the Avengers and see the amount of crap he puts in his system.
It was a long movie.
Before the movie
was a long
even
movie, and I
started.
was excited.
It was, the fact that you
I
have
was
stomach
excited.
lining to begin with
Hey,
is astonishing.
MCAT, let me ask you this. People say, like, oh, you can just buy 2 smaller drinks. But then that means 2 cups, which means more garbage, which is
Right.
bad for the environment. Why does Mayor Bloomberg hate the environment?
That is the question.
Yeah.
And what right does he have to say that you have to buy
don't
2
know.
of something? Just you get whatever you want.
I don't know. Rick, on Wednesday, New York City, later today, New York City is celebrating Donut Day.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
You can only have one donut.
Little hypocritical, though?
You can only have one.
You see no problem here.
There's a
You
proclamation
can
and
have a
everything.
donut.
She's right. They made a proclamation.
You know, you mentioned that the mayor put
Shouldn't
salt
it be
on his
Munchkin
food.
Day? You should only really have a Munchkin.
You said the mayor, the New York Times reported the mayor put salt on his food.
Yeah.
But that article was years ago.
2009.
So maybe he learned that he had high blood pressure
There's
or
nothing
something.
wrong with
He
salt
stopped
either. I got a
eating-
whole thing on that as well.
He stopped eating so much salt. He's helping.
Good for him. I don't care.
And by the way, have you